All right, welcome to the album review. I don't know, new name pending. I think I'm gonna go with album reviews, and I don't know how long these are gonna be. I don't know how long you can talk about, a record. I'm not a music savant, so I'm just gonna tell you like my story with them, what I think about the album, and what are the songs that I think you should get. So for this first episode, we're going to talk about Brooks Nielsen's second album, A Ride I'm Waiting For, that came out earlier this year. It came out last month. The album itself, I think, is a 10 out of 10. And it's definitely a no-skip album. And if you are a fan of the Growlers and his first album, you will probably enjoy this new record. If you are new to his music, I think this album is probably the most accessible one, as he has different styles in it, from country to cumbia to a little bit of psychedelic in it. So I think you'll enjoy it. The album itself is probably like a good 45 minutes long and is 11 songs deep. It's not nothing compared to his last record that was like, I don't know, like freaking 18 songs or something. I'll do a review on that one as well, but for now it's just this new one. A little bit of story as far as how I got into them. I was a fan of the Growlers, and this year I got hooked on his last album, One Match Left, and I got a chance to see him live back in February of this year, and then I saw him again for the release of the new album in June. So to me, it's hard for me to be biased and say like it's a shitty album, because I heard it live and I've heard it on Spotify a million times, and I've played the vinyl here in my home since I got it. And honestly, it's a beautiful record. It is definitely like a love letter to his wife. Most songs, talk about Melissa or Melissa. I think she prefers to be called that way and not like with an accent or something. Anyway, the album itself is great. Key takeaways from the album, if you want to listen to the best, probably Tropical Cowboy, Without Eyes, The Coral Vine, Lucky Star, Easy as a Red Flag. Those are probably the heavy hitters on the record. Not to say that the other ones are bad. It's just probably those are the ones that are gonna stand out the most. And he does have quite a good bop in it, which is Pour Me Some. So that one got mixed reviews by the Growlers, Brooks Nielsen's fan base, because it sounds very popish. But if you get past it, like, you'll like it. It's hard not to like. He has a great freaking chorus on that song, and it's really fun to sing to it live. So it'll become one of his staples on upcoming live shows. So don't be afraid to like stuff, even though it sounds very commercial. All right, that's my advice to you. Without Eyes with Sierra Farrell is my favorite song on the album. It is, again, a country style song. I like that Brooks started to explore other genres with this new record, and country is definitely something that I think is a good idea for him. It definitely gave the album a very unique style, adding those subtle differences in between songs, right? Obviously, if you are very into the Growlers, you are definitely not gonna get that. Same as his first record, like it's nothing like the Growlers. You know, it's Brooks' voice, but apart from the lyrics, I don't think the actual music itself is anything like Growlers like. I know Tropical Cowboy and another song from there was going to be originally on Chinese Fountain. So those are probably going to be the closest ones that you can say, oh, like, this is very Growlers like. To me, honestly, they fit perfectly on the new album. I don't know. I couldn't see the connection how Tropical Cowboy would have landed on Chinese Fountain. So, I don't know. I just feel like it's part of this new album. Anyway, it's 10 out of 10. If you're thinking of getting it, go ahead and pick it up. You will not be disappointed. If you are disappointed, please tell me about it in the comments, and I will fight with you about how you're wrong. Other thing to mention is that if you are going to be at any of his live shows coming up, because I know he's currently touring the Chinese Fountain anniversary, and he's doing the Halloween tour thing for the Growlers. If you are going to be there, you know, I will also be there on the LA and San Diego shows. So keep in mind, like, I'm going to try and see if maybe I can get a little interview or something, or I don't know, snap some pictures with fans for another episode that I'll do, just talking about the Growlers. I will share a story. I did get a chance to meet Brooks a few times already, but I think the best story I have, and it's not like it's a personal cool story. You know, I got to meet him in February. My friends and I went to a bar after the show. You know, we were getting a few drinks, but they weren't serving any food, so we were kind of trying to find a place that was still serving food. And when we went outside, he was skinning around and stopped to ask for directions for this other place he was going to, which is the bar that the waitress at the spot we were at recommended, that since the kitchen was still open there. So he said, you know, that he would see us there. So we ended up walking. We didn't think he was actually going to be there, but we did end up going. You know, he was waiting to get a drink. I did manage to get served first. You know, I just invited him over if he wanted to have a beer with us. That would be sitting outside, and you know, he did join us. He went and sat with us, maybe for like an hour and a half. We talked about his music. He talked about Psycho, and why he was like looking into like covering that song. He liked how the lyrics were kind of dark, and we did ask him about Matt Taylor, whether he was going to work with them. You know, he clearly didn't seem like he didn't want to talk about it, so we didn't press on it. You know, obviously we don't want to make him uncomfortable, so that was that. But he shared some stories about his live shows, some tips from the road, you know, because I wasn't feeling well because I had like so many drinks and whatever, and my acid reflux was killing me. So he told me just to get a lime from one of the drinks, and that would settle my stomach, and it fucking worked. So thanks, Brooks. Another thing is I did go to the meet and greet that he had this past June. That was also pretty cool. You know, got to see him perform those songs live, acoustic. The show was pretty great. The meet and greet was great. You know, I didn't get to talk to him that much. You know, I didn't get really anything signed. My son is the one that has just gotten really into Brooks' stuff, and he ultimately wanted to go, so I took him, and I was hoping they would play some songs, and they did, so he got to go to a show, and he got a hat, and he signed it, and awesome. Oh, I will add that he needs to work on his merch, because I just cannot get into that style that he's currently selling. I did not like any of the shirts, and that weird, colorful hat is the one I bought for my son. But other than that, the merch is pretty bad in my opinion. So that's that. Anyway, going back to the record, pick it up. It's a 10 out of 10. From a Growlers fan to another, like, you can get past Pour Me Some. I know you like it. Don't lie to yourself. And next episode, I will be reviewing Yasawa Group's album, Enter the Chrysalis. If you haven't had a chance to listen to it, please do. And I will talk about it next time. Thank you.